Welcome to another episode of Scouter Report, boys and girls. I've got a game between myself and the left plane, the new Beerus leader, not so new anymore, but still pretty slick, and Alex playing Revive Q, as it's colloquially known, the blue-green leader. I guess it's just green, it's not blue-green, but everyone plays blue-green in it, so I think it was blue-green. So I go ahead and charge a topo. I think I drew a bunch of topos in the opening hand, at least one. No multicolors, that's rough. Alex goes ahead and charges a multicolor, swings and passes. I take it, no big deal. If you don't know what Beerus does, you probably should by now, but there might be some new players out there. He goes ahead and discards on his backside. You discard a red or a yellow or a red-yellow card into your drop. Any card, doesn't have to be battle cards, anything. Then you draw two. You do not have to attack to draw with Beerus. It is fantastic. I love this leader. It's so much fun. Also, the fact now that I have a multicolor card in my energy, I can play that new Beerus rare for 1 energy. He is a 15k critical, and while your opponent is tapped out, that is so strong. We're going to go ahead and put a little more pressure here on Alex and just make him take life early. Actually, I think that may have been a mistake in this game. I don't remember how exactly this went. This was a couple weeks ago, but I believe it did not go well for me, so we'll see how this goes. Thing I like about that Beerus card is, well, I mean, one, it's got crit, one, it costs 1, one, it costs, it's got 15k damage, but 2, it's 15k all the time. So it's going to cost either Alex or whoever your opponent is to play a card that costs 1 or 2 that's going to have 15, at least 15 to get rid of it, or they're going to have to combo off another card to get rid of it. And that's okay. It's doing more damage. It's shifting the balance of the game to your side. You're getting more cards in hand, especially since you don't have to attack. So let's see here. We charge the new Whis multicolor card. That thing's badass. If you already have a multicolor energy, or yeah, if you already have a red, yellow multicolor in your energy, you can charge that boy facing up, or facing up. You can negate the energy exhaust. Going to go ahead and discard that new rare Goku card. Great from the drop effect. Also, just if you get multiple in hand, you don't really need multiple. It's also great because it's played for free when you reduce a card's energy. And Beerus plays a number of cards that reduce energy, like After Image Technique, Goku himself from the drop, and that Whis card you see there on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and play Familial Bonds to bring out Digging Deep. We're going to swing at Alex. Take a life, restand. When I've been playing Digging Deep in this deck, I almost never take 2 life. I just take 1. Keep the game relatively even pace. Don't try to speed it up too much, but put a bunch of pressure on, do damage, but just don't, to keep your life total high. You want to be, I kind of approach Beerus like I play Toa, and it's you wanting to kind of put pressure, build hand size, get their hand size down, awaken as late as possible. Usually use your awaken for to untap the 2 when you're tapped out, and then arrival in the Beerus. Looks like Alex took both damage, going down to 4. I think that's what he wants, actually, so we'll see how this goes. And maybe he didn't, actually. I think he's still comboing out. Talking too much. But that new Beerus SR, if you don't know what that is, the red-yellow multicolor, it costs 5 if you want to play it straight up, or it has a rival, so rival red-yellow. Then you got to play a red and a yellow to rival it in, and its effects are KO at 30k or less, or you are able to lock down a card till the start of your next main phase, I believe, or the end of your opponent's next main phase. I'm not sure which one it is, but when you do that, it can lock down their leader. So if you're playing against like a Dragon Ball leader and they haven't gotten all the Dragon Balls yet, you can lock them down and they can't search. If you're playing against Broly and you get them before their awaken turn, you can lock them down so they're not being able to self-awaken very well. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it, and even just locking down cards like the new 3-drop Piccolo Gohan that makes you discard a card means they can't get that effect. So Alex is going to do a busted thing, play that Piccolo Power Booster on me for 3, bring out that sweet draft box for Piccolo. And then he's going to go ahead and swing. See if he awakens here. He's playing Zeno button, so he doesn't necessarily have to awaken. He can always get his energy back. I combo out of this. It looks like Alex forgot to use his Piccolo effect, which is interesting. He should have popped my... He definitely should have popped my Digging Deep, but he can do it here, I guess. Not a huge deal, but it would have got him one more card, and they would have had one more pop for the next turn, so... Little mistake by him. Definitely a misplay. So, I'm going to go ahead and charge an After Image Technique. I don't actually like that card that much in this deck. It is pretty strong with having the ability to After Image, and then you still go to the battle phase. You can arrival in the Beerus, so you can take a 35 or a 40 even and drop it to 30, then pop it. So that's really strong, but it doesn't really come up that often. It's not too bad to have 1 or 2 copies of After Image, but I wouldn't go with the like, kind of standard 4 that a lot of people run in red. Comboed off the Topo, not necessarily super great move, but 2 Topos down. We're going to Familial Bonds in the Fearless Pan, which is really good. Going to give Digging Deep double strike, but it doesn't really matter because Alex can just pop it with his Piccolo, which I don't think I realized that was the case. But who knows? He's going to go ahead and Zeno button, untap. Stand him back up. And then, you going to pop me, Alex? You going to do it? You have to. Yep. So, he should already be off the board. But that's okay. It kind of made me waste the pan here. There's no way he's taking double strike from my leader. Got 10k to his... I guess he's at 10. He might take it, but he shouldn't. So. A little bit of a tricky situation here. Not much I can really do. I could awaken if I want to, but with Beerus, you're not drawing on that backside. And just leaving 2 up and passing or swinging with lead here to get something out of his hand is still good enough. We got a Zeno button out of his hand. We'll see what I do. I don't know. I can't remember. Swing with lead into lead. We're looking at a 15k double strike Beerus. I'm going to combo off Hele. Draw 2. The reason we play Hele in this deck, it is green, but Beerus is a god. I think it's probably the best super combo to play in Beerus. It can be a little tricky at times. It would be nice to have a red for doing arrival things, but because the deck runs so many 1-cost 10k cards, so many dual colors, you really want late game when you're defending or going for game and you don't have energy, you want to be able to toss those, draw 2, and hopefully draw into more 5k combo pieces. It also allows you to, after overwhelming, if you run any overwhelm, you can use the super combo, toss a dual color into the drop, draw 2, then you can combo with the dual color from the drop that you just put there with the leader attack. So it kind of fills you up, fixes your leader effect. Really good. Just a great card. It's good to see that seeing more play. The Ultimate Box kind of gone out of style, but that one's still running strong. So I think Alex is trying to figure out how best to combo out of this. Coming in with a 25k double strikes, pretty strong against his 10k. And he's just going to take it. Doesn't think I can get through later. We'll see if that comes to bite him in the butt. But the fact that Beerus has barrier, or not the Beerus, the Piccolo, the fact that it has barrier is going to mean it's real tough for me to get rid of. I don't know if actually any cards in this deck that I'm running get rid of that card, which is a major problem because he's going to be able to blow up any big attacker at any point he wants. So anytime I go for game and I'll go all in, he can just pop it unless it's a 5k or more. Or a 5 cost. So, and Beerus, I don't think most people are running very many cards over the cost of 5. Would be like Dark Banisher Fu, a couple Overwhelm cards maybe, and potentially secret rares that they're running will be over. But everything else is 5 and under from what I've seen people running. which is a little scary when you run up against these blue-green decks running the Piccolo. Alex deciding what to charge here. Moderately sized hand. Pretty good. Actually, a pretty large hand. Not even moderate. Charges the Gogeta 7. It's going to be a little rough for him to play that later in the game, being at 2 life. But especially, he's got to wait one more turn. I'll probably be able to do 1 more damage if I really wanted to next turn. We'll see. So he's going to go ahead and play the new SR Gohan Piccolo. If you don't know what that card does, it's Barrier. It's got Revive, which is really good. It's got an auto that makes you discard a card when it swings. So it's kind of like the old, what was it, Sneak Attack Vegeta kind of. It's cool. But the added revive effect makes it really cool. So I got to discard 2 here. One for the swing on the card, and another for playing Topo. So pretty rough on me. We're going to go ahead and discard. Looks like a Dark Banisher. I must have 2 of those in hand. Or maybe I just don't think I need it yet. And then a Denial of Hope. Alex Awakens. Untap 1, draw 1. Interesting with this leader. Cool thing about this, the Goku Revive leader, is that when a card with Revive dies, you can discard a blue/green or whatever color it specifies and bring that card back into play. And with this leader, when you do that, when you activate Revive, it draws you cards. So you never actually go negative. It's really hard to keep cards off the board once they're on the board. And then the leader also has an effect that when at the end of the turn, or maybe it's during the middle of the turn, I'm not sure exactly. I haven't actually played the leader, but sometime in the turn, you're able to essentially give the Deadly Defender effect to a card with a Revive. Or no, just to a card in general, I think. I should read the card. I believe it's like a blue-green card that you have to give it to. But, so when he's going to pass here after this, but actually it looks like he's swinging. He's discarding 2. And he's going to pop my Topo, draw a card. It's actually not too bad on his part. Because discarding 2, draw 1, not bad. Get some garbage out of his hand. Get to the next card. Keep his defenses up for next turn. We'll see how this goes. Rocking the barrier blocker up there. Don't want to take no damage. Double Sensu Bean. This boy wild. 25k single. I'm going to take that. Tapped out. He's going to give the Gohan Piccolo the Deadly Defender effect. So I have to attack a battle card before I can attack the leader. So I've got to kill that card before I can swing into the leader, which is really awesome. It's a lot of defense. And that's forcing his leader effect for the Revive draw to happen when that card dies. So it's super synergistic. Very cool deck. A lot of people have been liking that deck. I think it's pretty strong. Yellow Broly's still probably a little better with that set of cards, just because its effects are just so broken. But, it's not terrible. I'm going to go ahead and... Looks like I charged another After Image, because most of his cards have Barrier. After Image is not super strong versus his deck. So I'm just going to go ahead and charge him. And then we've got Digging Deep, put in the drop, draw 2. Pay 2. And looks like I was hoping here to play the old Baby Secret Rare from hand, but I screwed up. I needed one more yellow or red-yellow energy to play it, so that was a misplay on my part. Should have charged a yellow or a red-yellow, and then we would have seen a little bit of a different game. He would have had to combo off a ton of cards to get out of things. So We'll see. Kind of shuts down my turn, but we're going to go ahead and swing there. And actually, that's a major misplay on my part. Super rough. Being unable to do that really hurts. And we'll combo off a red-yellow here. We definitely want a red-yellow in the drop before we flip, so that we can do an arrival for cheap and use that leader effect to its full ability. So Alex going to go here and let that die, activate revive, discard a card, bring it back, then draw 2. You see how that goes. Now his card's standing back up. It's got barrier, can't get rid of it. Still, his leader's vulnerable now, but I'll need a double strike to kill him, and he's got plenty of defense in hand, and he's still got that Piccolo effect to KO anything less than 5 on my board that doesn't have barrier. So really the way to kill him here would be to go in with Pan if I had a double strike, see if he doesn't negate and combo the whole hand, but we'll see what we go ahead and do here. I would not say that my version of Beerus here is the most optimized version. I actually ended up taking out the digging deep stuff, the fearless pans, the familial bonds. Just don't think it's that great. It's too susceptible to counter cards in the format right now. Everyone's playing super strong defense, and like all those cards get hit by counter cards. Denial of Hope, everything. It also kind of goes slightly against what Beerus is hoping to do. Beerus is really trying to slow the game down, work you down slowly, draw a bunch of cards, arrival stuff for cheap, play a bunch of cheap guys, poke, 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 hopefully go for one big turn at the end and kill. So I switched it up, and I saw some lists in Vegas, and really like the one that I believe is Ken Watkins played. Really cool, playing the Dawn of Divinity. Like that card a lot. Playing Heartfelt Plea, really cool card. Playing the Pan that untaps a yellow battle card, really strong. So it looks like we passed turn here, and I'm going to play the Topo, negate, discard 1 for Topo, discard another for Gohan Piccolo. It's hard out here, we're running out of hand. So we'll see what Alex does. Discard that Vegeta because everything he's running has barrier, so it's not really that useful. So one thing this deck could really use is like a way to deal with barrier cards. The answer that I've seen people running is the Frieza Secret Rare, which is really good, but forcing yourself to get down to 2 life to play it before turn 8 is pretty rough. Honestly, some games it's really hard to do if you don't see those Whis that you can put to the drop and take life. And actually, in this version of the deck, it's not too terrible because you are playing Digging Deep, so you can, if you want to, play that out, take more life, and get going quicker. So it's like Alex decided not to swing again. Doesn't want to discard. He's running out of cards. That's good. And now we're up to 6 energy. We're going to drain a card by 5, take a life. It's basically for another drop, and we get to play that Goku for free because we drained the Piccolo. Also gets us down to 2. So any cards that require you to be at 2 life are now active, which I don't think I actually ran in this version, so not super relevant. Just trying to get cards and go for game. So we're not in an absolutely terrible position here because we have the barrier card of Pan. That's going to give us a barrier double striker. Except for the fact that I played Digging Deep, so he's just going to pop it. But I think I was trying to bait the old pop from him. But that's okay. And we'll go ahead and awaken. Untap R2, get back to 6 energy. I'm lamenting in the video that the barrier card is very frustrating. But we're going to go here and we're going to play the big old baby card. So he cannot crit the life because he was only at 2. He's going to have to let me put it into play unless he's got a way to bounce it back, which he might. Looks like he's got UI Goku, so I'm still going to get the effect, but the baby will go back into hand. We'll still get offering. We'll still get the auto. He lets me take the offering, draw 2. Offering, boys, is so good once they're down to low life. It's just crazy. So the baby goes back to hand. One of the reasons I like that Dawn of Divinity card is late game when they're down at 2 or 3 life. Playing that for 3 energy when you have like 5 or 6 energy is they're gonna have to make a hard decision. And sometimes when they don't have cards in hand, they have to make the wrong decision. And it's crit. Card goes to the life, or card goes to drop, and then you swing with a 20k crit, and they got to discard more cards or take another crit damage. It's nothing but value. It's so good. But let's see. So Alex goes ahead and looks through the drop. Very smart on him to do that. And he's going to go ahead and pop Digging Deep, although he probably should have popped the Topo because I have only 1 life. Oh, I must have... Oh, I already swung it. I'm an idiot. I'm not paying enough attention. So, we're still... Here's the problem. I gotta swing into that stupid Gohan Piccolo that's got the Deadly Defender effect on it. He's got enough cards in his hand and probably some Sensu Beans to defend it. So, I'm gonna have to over-combo to get rid of it, and that's gonna kind of ruin my kill turn since he has 2 life. His leader is down at -15, which is very strong, but it's still rough. So looks like we're going up to 30, which is probably not the move. We probably need to go a little bit higher, but it's tricky to know how much to combo, especially when he's running that stupid Paragus super combo that is a little ridiculous. Draws 2, then discards 1 into the warp. So he gets out of it. Now the Gohan Piccolo is up to 20,000, which means anything on my board right now is hurting. It's not going to be able to go through unless I combo off quite a few cards. So not a great position. Swing in with SS3 Goku. Use leader effect to combo a red-yellow from the drop for free. Amazing effect, by the way. It's on both players' turns. So great offense, great defense. Just a lot of people forget that you can do that. Push much harder. They forget you got an extra 10k and you just go for game and win. So we're comboing up 15, 25, 30. He combos up to 30. 5 more. Gets him out of this. And then we're really screwed. So... like I said, I don't think this game went very well for me, but just goes to show you, barrier cards are really good. If you don't have a way to deal with them, you're going to be stuck with them, and they're going to put in work against you the whole game. So if you're playing red, think about how you deal with barrier, how you get around Deadly Defender effects, optimizing hand size and power. So we'll see. We're still swinging into the Gohan Piccolo. At this point, Alex might be able to just let this go through and get that draw off the revive. Who knows? We'll see what he does. He's going to go ahead and combo out, looks like. Pay 1. Bring it up to 30,000. Easy. Go ahead and pass to Alex. Charges the Android 17 dual color. Nice standing up energy. 2 in the warp. 6 energy up. I'm at 1 life with one single energy. We got a barrier blocker though, so you never know. But I think he's dropping the hammer. So he's going to put down Dark Banisher Fu, and I'm going to scoop because all my hand is garbage, and dual colors or Denial of Hopes or anything, and even activate that blocker costs a card. So like I said, make sure you can handle barrier. get rid of those piccolos, and thanks for watching. Peace out.